You mentioned the Ruth Noller equation earlier, and that's why for me,
Mm,
I find that is so sort of foundational to a lot of my thinking, is that,
yeah.
just to remind people, it is creativity equals the sum of KIE, where K is your knowledge, and it's not just sector knowledge, it's your breadth of knowledge, because
Mm,
she's argued that the broader your knowledge, the more likely you are to be able to bring something else to play.
mhm,
I is imagination, it's your divergent thinking skills, and E is evaluation,
mm,
your that your converging thinking skills, and then she had small a, which is your attitude.
mhm,
And I love doing that equation when I'm actually doing it with mathematicians, or
mm.
or anybody who does maths, because I then go, what is the only way I can have creativity as zero? Any of the digits,
Okay,
one
yes.
of those digits has
Yes.
to be zero. As soon as one of those digits is zero, then.
Gone, yeah, yeah.
And so then I go, so are you telling me that you have no knowledge?
Yes.
And everybody goes, no, I've got some knowledge. I go, okay, fine. Are you telling me you've never had an idea? And they go, okay, no, I've had an idea. And I said, are you telling me that you've never been able to choose between two different hamburgers in a restaurant? Okay, you've made a decision. Yeah?
Yeah,
Or your friends say, should we go to this pub or that pub? And you've had, okay,
yeah,
so you've had, your east, even it might be zero point
for sure,
0.1,
for sure,
you've
yes.
got it. And then with the A, the only way your A can be zero is if you are and I always say this and it always gets a laugh, if you're a black hole. If you utterly suck the energy out of every encounter with anybody else, if all you do is suck everything in, then you can have a creative, then you cannot be creative.
Hmm.
And so if you sort of work off that and people go, no, I get that, I get, and so I go, so yes, I can, you can always be more knowledgeable. Go and to an
Yeah.
art gallery you've never been to. If you've never read a sci-fi book, pick up a sci-fi book and read a sci-fi book. If you've never read a magazine about outdoors, pick up outdoor
Hmm.
magazine and read that. Just expand. And
Hmm.
if you're in your sector, do your CPD, continual professional, whatever it is. Yes, CPD. Do your CPD. And I can teach you imagination skills. I can teach you tools and techniques to do that more, and I can teach you tools and techniques to be better at evaluating. And then just think about you as a person. Are you a yes but person, or are you a yes and person? And in actual fact, you can work on that. You can go from being utterly negative about everything to begin to go, actually there's something in that.
Hmm.
And so that's why I find that so sort of, for me, so powerful is, one, you dismiss all of this shit about I'm not creative.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because you basically then go, which one of those have you decided is zero? And of course, nobody on that, and by the way, when I talk about it, I always do small a last.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, makes
Because
sense.
that's the bit. So you've talked about that. They get that, it's quite rational knowledge. I get that. Imagination can evaluate. But when you talk about attitude and being a black hole, and that's when there's always a bit of nervous laughter in the room, because
Yeah.
everybody has seen times when they might have gone, that is a shit idea.
Mm,
Of course, what we measure with the Bassador profile is
mhm.
then sort of what Min measures, in terms of that, is we do big A, which is your ability to take action. That's what I suppose maybe the equation for innovation should
Mm,
be I equals the sum of A, K, I, E, A. Because if you think about creativity is a way of approaching the world.
yeah,
Yeah. A way of approaching. Innovation is about taking something to a different state.
brilliant.
It's
Yeah.
my sort of, that's the way I like to think about innovation, is that you
Mm,
physically take something, a product or a service, and once you've innovated it, it's in a different state than it
mhm.
was at the beginning. Hopefully better. Um, when
Mm.
you've done that. And so that's why it needs action.